Hey there, everyone. So, me and Nikki are here
Hello.
again. We're at Bigelow Hollow and Nipmuck State Forest today in Union, Connecticut. And we're going to hike, probably looking at the hike, what trail you want to hike, Nikki? You want to go around the pond or you want to do the ridge?
Well, it's the same distance, so
All right. Well, we're going to do the ridge trail, I guess, today. And that's probably going to be about a 7-mile hike. I'll let you know how long it really is when we get back. But it's a really awesome place to hike, and it actually takes us up into Mass just a little bit. So, like always, I'll do the whole trail for everyone that wants to see it on Time Warp. And if you just want to pick out the good parts, I'm going to do the chapters like I've been doing in the last few videos on the progress bar, so you can just find the good parts of the video. But yeah, beautiful day. It's the first day of spring, so we're off to hike out here in the Nipmuck State Forest. Some of this will be the Nipmuck Trail, and some of this will be the West Ridge Trail. So enjoy. So we're on our way now here in the woods on the Ridge Trail, and figured I'd take a quick video on how this trail goes because it's a beautiful place to hike out here. I don't get out to this state forest very often, but when I do, it's a treat. And it's not a super hard trail and lots of interesting things to see. And this will bring us up on top of the ridge and then back around to Breakneck Pond eventually, and that'll be the Nipmuck Trail when we get there. And it's a little wet today, but the temperature is nice. It's about gotta be in the 50s anyways. I'm in a short sleeve shirt. It feels great. So just gonna keep showing you guys this trail, and if you want to watch it, you can. Lots of interesting things to see out here in the Nipmuck State Forest. So we're getting pretty far up on the ridge now. I'm not sure how close to the top we are. I just thought about it. Thought about checking my phone to see the elevation. So where I'm sitting now is 820 feet. When we get back down to the bottom, I'll see what the elevation change was. But just did some, it's been steady uphill since we started this trail. You're starting to get a little bit of a view here, but it's still very forested. Up here on the ridge trail, it's getting pretty flat but rocky at the moment. We've seen a lot of nice forest, primarily hemlock, and a lot of mountain laurels. And this trail just kind of snakes around on top of the ridge here for the next couple miles. And that's kind of how this part of this trail goes. It's very beautiful out here. It's getting sunny, which is nice. And take a quick little breather, and then we're going to put it back on time warp until I find the next interesting spot to talk about. So figured I'd stop, make a quick video here. We're the elevation here is still around 830 feet, and we're a little over a mile in on our hike. And it's hard to see on the camera, but you get a little bit of a view here through the trees. Once summer comes, you probably won't get a view at all. But right down in this valley here is Breakneck Pond, and we'll be on the eastern side of that eventually here on this hike right along the pond. That's going to be a very nice section of trail to hike because the pond is beautiful down there. And up here on this portion of the ridge, it's pretty open. It primarily got oak trees. Most of them look pretty healthy. There are some dead ones up here. You got this one, which is a little scary. just hanging there on another dead one. That's definitely a widowmaker. So we're gonna keep going, get away from some of these dead, dangerous trees, and keep on trucking. It's a tumor. Ah, it's a tumor. So, pretty sure we've made it finally to the very top of the ridge, or close to. Check the elevation, we're up about 960 feet here.
There's a bunny.
Give or take. And Nikki just found the bunny I was hoping to find. So I'm really glad we took a stop here. I'll show you that in a second. Or should I say, to our right here is down the valley's Breakneck Pond. To our left, Basherpog Pond hides out there somewhere. And Nikki just found the bunny rabbit carved into the rock, which is really, really cool. I was hoping to find it on this hike, but I was not sure where it was. So I'm glad that we took a stop here, because this is something really cool. I have no idea why this bunny rabbit is carved into the rock or who did it, but it's way out here in the woods of Bigelow Hollow State Park and Nipmuck State Forest out in Union. So took a quick break here, and we're going to continue down the ridge trail and see what else we can find. So figured I'd stop and do a trail update here. We're still on the Ridge Trail, but we're getting closer to the Nipmuck Trail here than Breakneck Pond. We're sitting at about 800 feet in elevation, so we've come down from the peak. The peak was at where the bunny rabbit was. I believe we were at 960 feet there. So we've done about, 2.5 miles now so far, and just hike along this ridge a little bit. There was a little shelter, a little shack that someone had built a few years ago along this ridge that I found. But I'm going to say it's probably not here anymore. But we'll find out. Take a quick little walk down this trail here. So we came down this trail a little bit further. The ridge goes back up just a little bit, gets a little bit sharper on the edge. So we're finally starting to get a little bit of view here on the ridge trail. I'll hike up the ridge trail just a little bit further. If memory serves it, the shack, a little shack that someone had built was up here. Just a little homemade shelter. And it was pretty cool. It was pretty big. But my hopes of it being here are low. But you get a pretty good view from up here on the ridge. Down to the valley below, and down there somewhere is Breakneck Pond, which we still can't see. I want to say the shack was right here, but it is no longer here. There's no evidence of it at all. Get a little view. It might have been. We'll go down a little bit further and see. But I remember being kind of up on this ridge right at the top here. But it's been a beautiful hike so far. It's starting to get cloudy now, but it's still very nice out. And the trail's been very nice. It's been a nice relaxing day for a hike. And we're gonna keep going down this trail. See if we find anything other things interesting. Another spot here looks like where someone might have camped. And I guess I'll put it back on time warp here, and if I find anything else interesting up here, I will stop and make another quick video. Well, I found the little shack I was looking for, but it is no more. It's just a pile of sticks on the ground. So much for that. I had a feeling that wasn't around anymore. But still up on top of this sharp ridge. You get a little bit of view as you hike along this ridge. And this is pretty much getting close to the end of the ridge trail here. And soon we're going to be dropping down into the valley off to the right here, right down to Breakneck Pond. And if memory serves well, there's a nice place to stop and have lunch down there. So that's probably where we'll stop and have lunch, right out on Breakneck Pond. So we just descended straight from the top of the ridge right down to this boulder field that we're going to climb through now. Trail goes through this little boulder field. There's a swamp off to the side. Drop down to about 750 feet elevation here. And get a view of the ledges that we were just on top of here. As you come along this trail, I don't know how well you can see it in the camera, probably not too well. This swamp down here looks pretty cool. Just a beautiful spot here out in the woods. Very picturesque. So now we're going to hike a little bit through this boulder field and then out to Breakneck Pond, where we're going to have lunch. So we're hiking this trail along the swamp here. There's a beautiful, beautiful spot. There's a beaver dam here. Beaver dam there. There's a beaver hut out there. Beavers flooded this land and killed all the trees, made a nice habitat for themselves in it. It's beautiful out here. This hike so far has been just a very, very awesome hike. Beautiful out here in the Nipmuck State Forest. And this part of the trail, I believe, is teetering on the Connecticut-Mass border where we're at now, so not exactly sure what state we're in at the moment. It's just beautiful out here. The beaver hut's right there in front of us. And I still haven't made it to Breakneck Pond, but I'm sure we're getting close. very, very close to Breakneck Pond now. This is a stream that comes out of it, which we have to cross. There's a couple different ways you can do that. There's a log over there you can scurry across, or you can scurry across this area. Out there is Breakneck Pond, and up around the bend a little bit is a good place for us to hang out, eat lunch, and chill out for a little bit and recoup before we start making our way back to the truck. I think Nikki's got the right idea here. Oh, I'm not going to cross I wouldn't cross the log without a stick.
Why?
Because you fall. I mean, oh, you got a line. Look at that. You can hold on to the line.
Do you think it's going to be slippy?
Well, just hold on to the line. See the line? There you go. Hold on to it.
You hold.
There you go.
Oh no, I can't.
You can't do that?
Oh god. I'm scared.
Oh, then go across this. Your shoe, you got waterproof shoes. You can just go like, you know. See, you just go straight across. So I'm gonna go across just to show. It's a pretty cool little crossing they made here with a line. Grab onto this and woo! Works pretty well actually.
It's pretty slippy.
Yeah, that's fine. Just gotta really hold on to it. So we're here finally on Breakneck Pond. Taking a little break here. This end of it is the north end. We're actually in Massachusetts. There was a little spot down over here that we want to take a break at, but there's a whole bunch of people out here with Jeeps. Not totally sure if that's legal or not, but they're out here anyways. Anyways, this is the Blue Red Trail now, which is the Breakneck Pond View Trail. And we'll be hiking this back south now, making our way back around the pond. And this goes along this pond, and should be a pretty nice hike on our way back here. The other cool thing about this little spot we stopped to take a break at is there is a state marker here. Massachusetts on this side, and Connecticut on this side. And this big giant hemlock tree that's here. Oh, and the East Ridge Trail is right here. And you probably hear in the background all the trucks trying to go back up the trail. Anyways, we're going to take a little break here, and we'll continue heading back. So decided to do a trail update because I neglected to talk about a few things with the last update when we got to Breakneck Pond. The elevation of the pond is, we're now at about 680 feet in elevation. And check my phone here, see how many miles we've gone. So I got about 4 to 4.5 miles so far. And this trail is very nice. It's a very nice, narrow, heavily wooded trail right along the lake. You get nice views of the lake as you go. Like through here. And this is probably one of my most favorite parts of the trail, right along the lake here. There's a few places of interest I'll probably stop and talk about. There's a few camping shelters along this route. I believe you need to reserve them to camp there, though. You can't just show up. And put this back on time warp and enjoy. Figured I'd check in and show the view. We're up here on this little ridge next to the pond. And that's kind of how this trail goes. It goes up and down. So you get a little bit of elevation here and there and some good views of the pond. You go over some little streams and stuff like that, but it's a pretty nice trail. Hasn't been a super challenging hike, but it definitely isn't an easy hike. We're closing in on, what is it, 5 miles anyways that we've hiked?
Yeah, 5 miles.
And still got a few more miles left to go to the car, so. Hike down this a little bit, show you how the trail goes. Also got all that time warp footage you can look at to see how the trail is, the whole trail, if you feel like watching that long. But this is just a beautiful place up here in Union on the Massachusetts border. A nice little island out there. There's all these little islands out on this pond, which is really cool. Coming up to another stream. As I said, this trail just kind of meanders up and down along the pond and over these little streams. Beautiful place to go hiking. So I figured I'd take a stop and give you a view of Breakneck Pond. So this is one of the camping shelters I was telling you about earlier. And there's a sign in here, just as I suspected. Camping permit required. There's the phone number. Just in case anyone wants to go camping here. It's a nice spot. It's got a nice fire ring, picnic table, fire pit, and it's right on the lake. Right out here on Breakneck Pond. Be a beautiful spot to go camping for the night. The markers have also changed to full blue at some point, so we are definitely now on the Nipmuck Trail in the Nipmuck State Forest. Here's another nice open area to hang out on Breakneck Pond. There's a fire ring here. There's no shelter here, but I suppose you could camp here with a tent. And get a nice little peninsula out here. Rock to help block the wind for your fire. And beautiful views of the lake. Now earlier in this hike we were across the lake and up on the ridge up there, and we hiked from the south all the way up to the north to the end of the lake, and then we came around to where we are now. So there's one more camping shelter. I'm not sure if we pass it on this trail or not, but if we do, I'll make a video of it. So just a little ways from the last place I found that had a little fire ring and stuff, there's this spot, which has a makeshift fire ring. Views of the lake again. A couple little islands out there. It's an island. It's an island there, a little island there. The last spot I talked was right there at that peninsula. Right there. And yeah, there's all these little open spots along the lake here where you can chill out, hang out, you know, enjoy the lake, enjoy the outdoors. Got a nice little stream flowing down the hill here that we have to cross. And here we are at the south shelter. About the same size. The other shelter was the east shelter that we were at earlier. This is the south shelter. It's the same thing, you got to reserve. Right there. And this is at the very southern end of the lake. Lake's still a little frozen down there in these little coves. And you don't have quite as nice of a view here as you did at the other shelter, but there's a picnic table and a fire ring. And it would still be an awesome place to camp for the night. So we've done a little over 6 miles to this point. And we've got about a mile, maybe a mile and a half left back to the car to finish the loop. So it's been a great day of hiking. The weather has changed quite a bit. It was beautiful and sunny this morning, and it was warming right up, and now it's cloudy and it's starting to cool off a little bit, but it's still a beautiful first day of spring. So we've pretty much come to the end of our hike here. We've kind of completed the loop. We took a slight wrong turn and ended up down the road a little bit further than I was expecting to. So we have to walk back up the road a little ways. But the elevation here at the start of where we hiked was roughly 680 feet elevation. I believe we maxed out about 960 feet. And, you know, everywhere in between on the hike. So it's been a great day here at Bigelow Hollow State Park and Nipmuck State Forest, and we've been hiking the ridge trail out to Breakneck Pond, and then we hiked the Breakneck Pond view trail for a short ways, and then that connected to the Nipmuck Trail, and we hiked that all the way down to this little offshoot trail I took to get back to the road. We did a little over 7 miles, close to 7.5, and been a great day. This concludes our hike, and until next time. Hey there, everyone. I figured I'd do a recap here of the hike we took today at Bigelow Hollow State Park and Nipmuck State Forest. And we did about 7.5 miles. Took us about 5 hours. We screwed up a little bit at the end, and we ended up hiking a little bit further than we were meaning to, but it's okay. But I have a map here. This is the map of what we hiked today. It's a little hard to see with the camera, but we started down here, and we hiked the ridge trail all the way up and then around the pond. And it was a great hike. Saw a lot of cool things. Just a beautiful area to take a nice day hike. You know, we found some people 4x4ing out there and having fun. So I'm going to assume that you can do that on those trails, because there's nothing that tells me otherwise. They are marked as roads on the map. So some off-road trails. Not sure how to get in there, but looks like a fun time 4x4ing. As far as the trail would go, I would say not the easiest trail ever. So, you know, especially a 7.5 mile hike. So it's not something I would recommend for a beginner hiker. But it's definitely a good hike for anyone experienced or anyone, you know, looking to explore Nipmuck State Forest. There's definitely more trail to explore. I'd like to see where the trail goes on the other side of Route 171 here. I'll also post a link to the trail map, seeing it was hard to see on the camera, on the description of this video. So if anyone wants to see the trail map, it'll be there. The link will be there for you guys to check out. Anyways, until next time, if you've enjoyed this video, click like and subscribe, and I'll be posting more as often as I can, hopefully at least one video a week here. And so stay tuned.